Good morning, all of you. Today we'll discuss and finish off the transistor concept. It is like a similar to diode only. What all we studied diode, this one. Same the working like a PN junction. Two diodes will come back to back. That's called like a transistor. That one. It's like a very versatile device. Actually, I think I may spend only 2 hours. If you go for the BTech, then I think almost you are going to spend some 3 years only to learn this particular thing. So in a very less time interval, I'm trying to conclude the most of the concept here. And again, similar like a diode, we learned diode, the working of diode, and when you go to numericals, were totally different. No? The same thing here. The transistor theory is little bit okay, fine, everything fine. But when you're doing numericals, no, again applying KCL, KVL. And maximum either theoretical or numericals. So numericals are not much related to the basic theories. Just a small basic conclusion followed by its reverse by that is enough. Again applying the Ohm's law, KCL, KVL, we are going to conclude here. This is what happens in the transistor circuit. What all syllabus we have left over after this is like uh, the logic gates. Then again the special purpose diodes like photodiode, solar cell. Of course, they need one hour. Solar cell 1 hour, photodiode 1 hour, LED 1 hour, or one class. 2 hours we can wind up three. Logic gates we need 3 hours. Transistor around 3 hours. Today 2 hours I'll get it. Then tomorrow I'm thinking I'll get 2 hours. Then on Sunday. With this, I think we can manage our syllabus. If you learn now, what happened the revision little bit easier. Second time it'll be easier. So if you postpone everything for the revision, no, not possible. Because I think if you see total extra syllabus, they're given 1 week revision. It will come in the month of, for you, this in the month of February. Only 1 week. Again, not possible. So better we'll wind up everything now only. Let's not keep anything pending. Okay, I'll begin with this. These are the basically shapes, like if you see the transistor, these are the shapes. There'll be that one means how much you can just hold this particular thing. So it'll be of what can be, sir, like dimensions, everything. The legs will be of length around say 1 centimeter. This one, this will be of 0.45 centimeter. That one you can see from legs. That this will be that one. Okay, this will be a little bit bigger. This is called a power transistor. These are very small, tinier, like buttons in fabric. Buttons will be there, no, small of that particular shape. So these are some metal. Where metal you can see to dissipate heat. Where plastics are there, so they open where low power transistor. Where you can see metal, no, they are high power transistor. This is completely a power transistor to dissipate heat generated in the diode or the semiconductor material. For that purpose, this called like this particular shield is brought here. So what will do? It will drag heat from the transistor, will give it to surroundings. So they may test you with diagram like this also. They may give physical diagram, which is a diode, which is a transistor, which is LED. So because all these are based on lab, that's why I just brought this diagrams. It's a three-terminal device. I'll keep on write the characteristics. So it's a transistor. So it contains three regions. It is made up of three regions. Emitter region, so it's a semiconductor material only. I'll take semiconductor in molten state. Then I will add pentavalent impurity atom to this region. I'll add more pentavalent impurity. It will be heavily doped here. So this region will become emitter. So since I added pentavalent impute atom, this will become n-type semiconductor. This is called like a base. Here I have had trivalent impute atom and their number will be less. This is lightly doped. Then there's a collector. This region is called as collector. And this is moderately doped here. So what are the doping levels? This is heavily, this is lightly, and this is moderately doped. This terminal, this is for connection, no? Like you have seen, I have to connect in circuit. So these are the three leads are you able to see. Leads we call, what are these? These are called, okay, technically we'll call as lead. We don't say rod. Leads means one which you are going to use for connection. Like if you take the bulb, so where the leads will be like this, no? You'll give some connection for this. Or if you take switch, this will be switch. So these are called like leads here. To connect transistor with other elements, I need know. So these are called leads. So this called like a collector lead. This called like a base terminal, or you can call also terminal leads or terminals. And this is the emitter. So like this, what happened? We have three terminals. That one. So what is it? There's a transistor. It's a three-terminal device. It's a three-terminal device. Consists of, now what is the name for the terminals? Emitter, base, and collector. And it contains three regions, the same emitter, base, collector. Among that, I think I shown here only. Now, what about the size? This is large in size. I think rather than sentence, let me dump everything in this one. This is thin. This is moderate in size. So how the three regions, the dopings, emitter is heavily doped, base is lightly doped, collector is moderately doped. And what about the size? Collector is large in size, base is very thin and lightly doped, emitter is heavily doped and moderate in size. This collector is moderately doped and large in size. Why they are done? Large in size, as collector is large in size, it has to dissipate more amount of heat. Collector is large in size as it has to handle large amount of heat in that region. So therefore it is made large in size here. Okay, these are the doping levels. Now what all I do, connections will be like this. So are you seeing this junction? So we'll call this junction as, this is base emitter junction. This is called as collector base junction. The name emitter base junction, or you can call it as base emitter junction. There are two junctions are there. So we know junction, PN junction it is. So we can forward bias, reverse bias. So based on that bias across junction, it can be utilized for various operations. Various operations, there are only two operations are there. One, amplifier. Transistor, what are the uses of transistor? Transistor can be used as an amplifier. Uses of transistor. As an amplifier or electronic switch, on off switch. So like we have physical switches. Suppose in your home now you switch on and off, no, the bulb or the fan. It's a mechanical switch, huh? Or better called electromechanical switch. Electromechanical switch. Purely electronic switch. A good example, I think in television, no, we switch off the television. How? Nowadays with remote, no. So what's going on there? The transistor will be there, that one. It will on and off. You can make it on and off. Electronic circuits can be switched on and off using the transistor. So therefore, electronic switch, what we call. So we are going to discuss both the things, both as an amplifier as well as the electronic switch here. Just I'll attend one call. Okay, sorry for disturbance. My son's teacher, she called. How is studying? Is doing homework or not? Is writing exams or not? Okay, no. A use of transistor as an amplifier, electronic switch. So if I want to use as an amplifier, no transistor to be used as an amplifier, it must be operated in active region. This active region. So I'm putting like this. What do you mean by active region? Transistor will be an active region. What is mean by active region now? Where base emitter junction will be forward biased and collector base junction. Shall I write JCB, collector base junction, the symbols, and collector base junction should be reverse bias. FB means forward bias, RB means reverse bias. Please try to understand the symbols here. So when you can say transistor, so amplifier, it must be operated in active region. What is amplifier? I think when in college I used to wear some amplifier, no mic, and that one box used to be there. I used to wear that one. So what is that? What it does? Without that, my voice very less, no. Because of amplifier, most of the class was able to hear me. So what it does? It will increase the amplitude of signal. This was the amplifier. So the transistor to be used as an amplifier. So it must be operated in active region. What is active region? There are two junctions are there. The type of bias what you give across that, based on that it will become an amplifier, like it will be an active region. So the what bias you give across the junctions, no. So when you base emitter junction, this is forward bias, this reverse bias, no. Based on that, what when we have to call that as active region. Now similarly, if you want to use in as electronic switch, for switch, it must be operated in cutoff and saturation region. Okay, later on in the numericals, I tell you what do you mean by cutoff side. Cutoff saturation region means saturation means both the junctions are forward bias. Okay, or cutoff in the sense like a collector current will be zero. Saturation means collector current, this current through this collector should be maximum. So I'll come to later on. Let me focus on amplifier first here. So there's a meaning of cutoff and saturation. Later on in the theory explanation, I'll stress on these things. Now let's come for amplifier. What is the basically amplifier means? What is the definition of the amplifier? So if you take the block diagram, if you give small AC signal, what is the time period T? Being, it will amplify it. It will not change frequency. What it will do? It will only increase the amplitude of signal. You can see amplifier. This is bigger. The time period remains same. Only thing is this is the output. So earlier it was around, say, like a what is V in. This was of magnitude 10 millivolt. Now it has become 5 volt. So from milli it has become phi. Who does amplifier? So what it does, shall I say, it has increased the strength of signal, energy of signal. How do that amplifier? It will convert, it will utilize the DC source. Here I'll be connecting this to a DC source. I'll connecting it to a DC source here. A cell to a cell, I'm connecting it. And what is the DC source? No, what is amplifier? Converts DC energy to AC energy. What about rectifier? Converts AC energy to DC energy. But don't say reverse operation. This is purely we are using for some other thing. No, without a mic and amplifier, if I speak, hardly anybody can hear me, especially my voice. Then if I bring mic and amplifier, then what that amplifier does means what is that system? So here we have a mic. Okay, there's a mic, there's a person. He will speak, no? So what all he speaks, there's a sound wave will come. These sound waves, what will happen, will go and strike mic. So there the mic, what happen, the mechanical sound wave will make the layers to undergo displacement. Due to change in resistance, electric signal will be generated. That electric signal will be given to the amplifier. So this electrical signal will be very weak. AC signal it will be of order few millivolt. When I give this to the amplifier it will increase the amplitude of signal. It will make it large, 5 volt, 10 volt. This will be given to loudspeaker. Now loudspeaker there open, the layer will vibrate. So we'll get a sound. Sir, how come a layer vibrates sound? You just take pen, paper, something. You can see that. What I did, I produce sound signal. How I produce sound signal? By just making the papers to vibrate. Are you trying to see the? Are you getting some sound? I am not producing. My lips are tight. Just by waving the book, what happened? I'm getting a sound. So like that here, inside the loudspeaker will be having a layer. As that layer vibrates with the frequency, it will produce sound signal. The same sound signal what the person was talking. Only thing is what happened? The amplitude. This was of low amplitude. Now this will produce a sound signal of higher amplitude. We'll get a sound signal of higher amplitude. Loud signal. So that's why what we call loudspeaker, we'll call this one, no? It will not speak. It will just produce electrical signal to AC signal. And what is the mic? Converts mechanical sound wave to AC signal. What about loudspeaker? Converts electrical AC signal to mechanical sound wave. That's called what we say woofer, no? As it vibrates, we'll get a mechanical sound wave here. I think a loudspeaker, mechanical. Mechanical loud sound wave of large amplitude. So everyone is able to hear, is going to able to hear that one. So inside this amplifier, who is the main component? The transistor. Okay, got this? There's a basic idea. So who is there? So main component here will be there. This is a transistor. So he is the main component of this one, this amplifier circuit. Got this? Now the transistor to be used as amplifier, what I should do? I should make this as, okay, this right. I should use that transistor to be used as amplifier. What happened? I should operate in active region. To operate in active region, what I should do? I should bring a bias. Okay, how to forward reverse bias a diode? I need a cell. Shall we go for constructing a circuit now? Constructing a circuit. So it's a 3 terminals are there. So I should base emitter junction should be forward bias, collector base junction should be reverse. For that, I'll design a circuit here. Okay, this is the initial background. No, if it were amplifier, sir, I didn't understood. Let's assume that if I have a money amplifier, I'm trying to build up the idea. If there's a money amplifier, okay, suppose say you have constructed money amplifier, you give 1 rupee for it. Then if it makes it 100 rupees, good, no? Especially if I get, I'll stop working. For 1 rupee, what happen? You give it to this. If you make it 100 rupees, then good, no? Tell me what is the gain. So you say gain, no? How much you gained? You spent 1 rupee but you got 100 rupees. So tell me, what do you get? Don't say gain means 100 minus 1, 19 rupees gain. So how you define gain? 100 by 1, 100 is the gain. How much you gain? 100. So don't say profit. Profit is 99. Are you getting the idea? Gain and profit. Profit is 99 rupees. Profit is 99. How much you gained? Finally, I gained 100. I gave 1 rupee. I gained finally 100 rupees. So therefore, gain means output by input. Similarly, here we'll define voltage gain. How much I gained? Voltage gain. So this should be output voltage by input voltage. So symbol what we use for gain is AV, voltage gain. A capital A is the symbol for voltage gain. This should be V out by V in, or, or delta V naught by delta V in. So what is the gain? 5 volt by 10 millivolt. 5 by 10 to power 5000 is a gain. It's a good amplifier. So therefore, how the amplifier is justified, whether it's good or bad, if the gain is more. If the gain is more means, even if a person talks with a very less strength, with a less amplitude, if it produces large loud signal, then you can say good amplifier. If a person speaks loudly but hardly you can hear, the gain is poor. The amplifier is not good. So how do we justify that amplifier is good or bad? By its gain. Now, are you getting the idea of gain? Output by input, 100 by 1. Profit is 99. So don't leave that mathematics here. We are not bothered profit here. We are bothered about the gain. Like this, we define voltage gain. Output voltage by input. Similarly, current gain, output current by input current. That will become current gain. So here, these are the terms I'll be using this one. Delta I O by delta N. So this is called like a current gain. So what is amplifier? The amplifier is it good or bad? On what basis we say? On basis of gain. Since we are using this for audio range, it's called as the audio amplifier because what it will amplify? It will amplify only the signals of audio range, no? Because the person speaks, what signals will come? When a person speaks, what signals will come? Audio signals. When a person speaks, what pen you'll get audio signal, no? So what it will amplify? Audio signal. Then if you use the mobile, then if amplifier amplifies the mobile signals, then it will become microwave signals. It is so like that, depending upon the range of the frequency. So the amplifier is given name: audio frequency, radio frequency amplifier, high frequency amplifier, microwave frequency amplifier. Since our discussion is only for audio signals, so I'll call this as audio amplifier. Well, let's confine to our syllabus here. Audio amplifier. Okay, sometimes you see this audio amplifier. Okay, what is our entire discussion? We have to finally design amplifiers. For that, I'm using transistor. And now let's get into the transistor here. For transistor to be used as an amplifier, what is the basic necessity condition? It should be an active region. To bring it in active region, forward bias junction, base emitter of forward bias, collector bias junction, reverse bias. Okay, how to forward bias, reverse bias? Let's go for circuit here. Okay, these are the terminals. No, let's get into this one. Let me use green color. You know some diode forward bias, reverse bias. So I'm going to bring that ideas. Now this is the emitter, this is a base, and this is a collector. Then there's a N type, P type, N type. I'll not show all that doping everything. Already we have discussed that one. So this is still for your convenient purpose. I'll write this as emitter, base, this is a collector. Okay, let's get into this one. It should be forward bias, no? So the N type should be connected to N type should be connected to what, like forward bias. So they should be connected to negative terminal, and N type of the battery should be connected to negative terminal. So shall I use a cell like this here? So what this negative terminal will do? This N type connected to, so negative terminal of cell connected to N type, positive terminal connected to P type. So therefore this will be forward bias. I'll give the name. Books they given name VBB. Need to bother. No sir, I don't like it. Write EX, EY, any other symbol. For your convenience, I'll write EX. Then this collector base junction should be reverse biased here. Reverse bias means P type should be connected to negative terminal, and N type should be connected to positive terminal. So this is called as VCC. Any symbols, if you are getting confusion with VBB, you write EX and EY. Okay, this is about the overall condition. And we know always for a diode, we should bring one resistor in series. We always go for one resistor in series, no? To protect it from, since it is coming here, so I'll write it as RE. And this resistor, what happened to protect that from higher voltages, RC. To protect the diode from exceeding voltages. So I'll go for one resistor. I think it's very simple. Why circuit like that? Straight away, there's a base emitter junction, there's a collector base junction. Okay, there's a circuit. I think anybody can draw now, nothing big. So sir, how to draw this one? Collector base junction should be forward bias. There's a core idea. Base emitter junction forward bias, collector base junction should be reverse biased. Okay, what actually happens? Let's see that one. What actually happens? So let's assume that if 100 electrons, let me start with 100 electrons. So shall we take this is 100 electrons. This will send 100 electrons. This will push. Now look at this. This is 100 electrons will come. All these 100 electrons will come here. What are these? These are majority carriers, no? And so finally what happens? These 100 electrons will arrive here. As it is a forward bias, what do you expect? All these 100 electrons will reach here. Let me show the base little bit more width so that I have to explain some concepts. Actually be thinner than the emitter. Now what happened to these 100 electrons here? The concentration of here I'm putting 100, practically what when millions of electrons will be there. All these 100 electrons, what when they must become minority irrespective of their number with respect to holes here. P-type, what happened in P-type? O is majority, the holes are majority. All that 100 electrons happen, they're minority carriers. The concentration of electrons here are 100 and here is very less. So the diffusion will occur. So what happens to the 100 electrons? They'll start diffusing. When they are undergoing diffusion, some of the holes will capture electrons. If a hole captures an electron, if a hole captures an electron, if a hole captures an electron, what do we get? We get a valence electron. Okay, is that clear? I think electron we show like this, no? Recombination. If a hole captures an electron, free electron, we'll get a valence electron. So here, these 100 electrons, by the time when they reach here, so will become how much? The number will become 95. Where that 5 electrons had gone? Due to recombination. The reason for that base is p-type. Any number of electrons, not all will undergo recombination, few. So let's say 5%. Now these 95 electrons, can they cross? Here I put 95, practical open millions of electrons. So what is the reverse bias? It will offer resistance for what? To the flow of majority or minority carrier. To the flow of majority carrier. This is a reverse bias junction. And the reverse bias what will happen? Whom it will oppose? It will oppose the flow of majority carrier. Any number, minority carrier, let it be any number. I'm telling this one, I'm using word any number, not few, millions. I'm saying any number. Any number of minority carriers, let it be. It will permit all that 95 electrons will come here. You can show short here. You should ask one best question to the teacher. Sir, how come, sir, these are electrons? Either electrons or holes, what happen? The reverse bias will permit minority carrier. All these electrons, irrespective of their number, they're minority carrier in the p type of base. So they just permitted. Red carpet welcome for them by the base collector base junction. All these 95 electrons now what happen will be attracted by this. This 95 will come here. How many electrons enter, those many should leave. But what is the problem? Charge should be conserved, no? How many left the negative terminal of battery VBB? This is a cell. How many left? 100, no? Finally, I should get 100, but I am having only 95. So charge is not conserved. So there is some problem is there. So transfer is a device which will not obey law of conservation of charge principle. No, everything is built up based on law of conservation of charge only. So something is going on. Okay, let's see that one here. There's a positive terminal. What it does? It will pull 5 valence electrons from the valence band. How many volts were lost? 5 volts were lost here, no? And 5 free electrons. Will agree this due to recombination. So I'll write here the commenter. 5 free electrons are captured by holes. So 5 holes, 5 electrons were lost in the base. Then if I switch off these cells, then what happens? Then the particular material will lose that 5 electrons, no? 5 holes. So, but if I go and check it afterwards, the same 5 electrons are available. So nothing, the material is in fact neutral. These are minority carriers. All these 95 electrons are minority carriers. They'll enter here. And already there's a positive terminal. It will pull out these electrons. If it were this were majority carrier, they will flow like this. But what is this? There's a positive terminal and there's a minority carrier. And we know that it will pull out like this, no? This battery is not pushing these electrons like this. The electrons are flowing like this here. There's a minority carrier, no? This is like all this, irrespective of the number. What very high number will be there, but still they are called as minority carriers. So they'll come like this. Okay, now 5 electrons are captured by 5 holes. So 5 holes and 5 free electrons are lost. What this positive terminal of cell will do? It will pull out 5 valence electrons from valence band. What do you get? 5 free electrons in conduction band, 5 holes in the valence band. And that 5 holes what happen will be there here only, and the 5 electrons which will come in conduction band will be pulled by this positive terminal. So like this what happen here, we'll get that these electrons. I'll show different color. So 5 plus 95, I'll get back the original 100. Like this, the flow of charge takes place here. If you make it base heavily doped, then instead of 95, what you get? You may get here only 70. Then 30 electrons will come. So therefore, by controlling the doping levels of base, what we can do, we can control this base current. Now let's come for this one. Electrons are flowing here. Opposite to that, what should be? Emitter current. 95 electrons are coming in this direction. Opposite to that, collector current. 5 electrons are coming here. Opposite to that, base current. Apply KCL, what you get? High E is equal to high C plus high B. This is a KCL for the transistor circuit. And what it is, NPN transistor it is. It is an NPN transistor. So like this, what happen? This will be there. Okay, now you see this. What we are making, okay, there's a high resistance, no? There's a reverse bias. Actually, if you see this one, who is heavily doped? Emitter is heavily doped compared to like a base or pen. This is much heavily doped, no? So what the doping levels? I think if you can recollect some statement I have put it earlier class. Once again, I'll put it. I think many might have not noticed. Width of depletion layer. The width of depletion layer is inversely proportional to doping levels. Well, let's analyze some small. I'll come back to this topic because the concept we cannot understand without this. If both base, if the let me go back to the diode. If both are equally doped, then I'll reverse bias it. Is it fine? P-type, N-type connected. This is cell. Then if both are equally doped means I'll put P and N. Both are equally doped here. Both are. We know depletion layer, no? So what the depletion layer? It will, the width of depletion layer should increase. So since both are equally doped, no? So how much depletion layer increases in the N type, that much what will increase in the P type. The width of depletion layer in both the regions will be same. We'll take this is X1 or XP, shall we write? Width of depletion layer. So what is the width of depletion layer? Okay, clear this. If both are equally doped, the depletion layer, when it is reverse bias, will penetrate equally in both the regions. No, if it is P is heavily doped, let's say that N is heavily doped. There's a core idea which is going to help us here. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for us to understand. No, I'm saying this is heavily doped and let this be moderately doped or say lightly doped. Tell me what happened to, it's a reverse bias, no? Then the depletion layer, what happen, will penetrate more because you see like the one which is heavily doped, the width of depletion layer should be less in that region. So if I put a yellow color like this heavily doped, the depletion layer will penetrate more into the P region. The one which is lightly doped, either P or N, we are not bothered. So what is this? This will be now XP and this is XN. So which will be greater? XP will be greater than XN. The reason for that, any reason, the doping levels are less, the depletion layer will have, the width of depletion will be more. And this box, I'll move it. No, is it okay now? So as the P is lightly doped, no, so the depletion will penetrate more into that one. It can be either way. Sir, like a, suppose say that if N is lightly doped and P is heavily doped, then the depletion will penetrate more into that. I'll give that diagram also. They may ask you in exam. There's no discussion in none of the books here, but this is what we are going to take help to explain the concept here. I will show more. When do such a thing will happen? This is XP, this is XN, this is P, this is N region. Now, who is heavily doped? This is heavily doped. This is lightly doped. What is the total width of depletion? Again, XP plus N. W means width. Width it is. Okay, got this. So the doping levels are very important. Huh? There's a core idea of construction. Okay, now shall we get into showing depletion layers here? Now, who is lightly doped? There's a lightly doped, no? Moderately doped. How the penetration, the depletion layer should penetrate more into this region. First, let me write these things. Yeah. Anyway, base emitter is followed by, there's no need to show the depletion layer itself. Is it justified? It's a reverse bias junction. Forward bias, no. For forward bias, the depletion will be very thin and we are not bothered also. If you reverse bias base emitter junction, okay, you could have again shown. Fine. This is, okay, now you can see that what we are doing, there's a high resistance region, no? There's a low resistance. Getting the idea? So what is this? There's a forward bias. Forward bias means low resistance. Reverse bias means what? When high resistance. What we are doing, we are making the current to flow from region of higher to lower resistance. Practically what will be very difficult. This is high resistance, almost like infinite. So what we put open circuit. Will I agree? The reverse bias, I think I gave one question, if you can remember, intentionally I brought that. This like a two diodes connected back to back, no? Two diodes connected back to back. I'll come back to this discussion. So let me go back to the original discussion what we made earlier. If there are two diodes are there, so it is like this. Now analyze like this. If I connect it, the same circuit, there should be the forward bias, no? There should be the reverse bias. P type. This is PN, PN. Now, you must really answer. This was RC. You can bring wherever there's a RE. So there's a cell EX, there's a EY. Tell me like what is this diode? Forward biased. This is a reverse bias. Tell me what actually you see here. If you can answer this, I think slowly you are able to understand few little things. This is reverse biased. This is forward biased. That I'm very sure. Am I right? This is a reverse bias. Reverse bias means what you are going to do. Okay, okay. This is okay. This is a reverse bias, no? Okay, now get into this one. Huh? Fine, yeah. Okay, look at now. Can you say anything about the currents here? I think there'll be only current flows here, no? So let me take that currents I1 opposite to that. So it'll be like, okay, current will flow I1, I1. No current will flow here. Why no current? Open circuit. Actually, how the circuit will be? There's a forward bias. So forward bias, what you are going to do? You are going to replace with a cell VBE. Agree this, and if any forward resistance are there, bring that forward resistance also of the diode. This is 0.7 volt. Open circuit. Why open circuit? Reverse bias. Open circuit, what we show? We show by very large resistance. So definitely how the current will flow like this only. When you connect two diodes back to back, this what happens. If you say S, then I'll go to the next one. Will I agree, all of you? Yes, in fact, sir, okay, fine. We are very good in diodes. You give any circuit, will solve problem. There's a reverse bias, open circuit, forward bias, I'll replace with a cell, and it's having a forward resistance RF. What is the potential? I applied EMF such that it will forward bias and this will reverse bias. Sure short, no, this is how much, say like a 5 volt. This is how much, say like a 5 volt. It will reverse bias it. What is there in that one? If I say this EMF 2 volt, definitely see, I'm going to apply always in this, let it be say like a 5 volt. What is there in that one? I'll write it, values. Okay, you want values. So. Okay, this one. Are they not reverse bias and forward bias? Yes. No current should flow here, no? Will I agree, all of you? If you say yes, I think it's good. If you say no, sir, current will flow means then I can't help you. No current will flow here. Here current will flow here. Is it okay? I think the same circuit, no? But in this diagram, what I'm showing, a current is showing. I'm showing the current. What is this? Something it's not good, no? Like, or your teacher is mad. I'll bring both the circuits at a place. Huh? If you're not thinking this much and going means, okay, you are just studying. I'll place everything in place. Okay, please do. Okay, no, I'll bring everything in one page. Please answer here, no. I think totally against the thing what, if you look at this, what I explained, no. So definitely this should be the wrong, because sir, open circuit, no current should flow. This is what happens when you connect two diodes, separate diodes back to back. This is called like a back to back. So once the diode came, no, somebody connected like this and check, okay, it's of no use. Better remove this diode, this cell. It's of no use, no, this circuit. It's of no use. Then what happened? The William Shockley, what happened? The three scientists, they came together. Instead of separating two diodes, they took semiconductor material. They added here pentavalent impurity. Here, very few trivalent. Here, moderately doped pentavalent impurities. Then they built up this particular structure. Then what happened? They connected a cells. They saw current here. What we think, no current should flow here. But if you connect two external diodes here, what are these? Two external diodes. These are diode D1, D2. Two external, what is the discussion? Two diodes D1 and D2 are connected back to back. Nothing will happen. But same thing, instead of two external diodes here, so if you bring total semiconductor material, silicon, pure silicon, then if you dope them, okay, clear this, then what will happen? Then if you join a wire and connect a cell, there is a current. So what actually this circuit is doing, it is here zero current, here zero resistance, no current is flowing. Here though I resistance, still current is flowing. So what it's doing now, this called like it is transferring the current from a region of high resistance to low resistance. See, across low resistance current flows, okay, justified. Even open circuit, what we think open circuit, this open circuit, no current should flow, a current is flowing. So what this transition is doing, it is making a current to flow from high resistance to low resistance. It is permitting, we are making it to transfer current from high resistance to low resistance. Practically, what we think is it should not flow, means on paper. But what happens if I go and check it now, I'll connect emitter. A current is there here. I'll connect one emitter here, here, and here. I got a current. So therefore, what is it is transferring the current from across different resistance. Transfer resistance, transistor. That is the name. Got the idea? This one. So we think it's an open circuit, no current should flow, but actually current is flowing here. So I give explanation. Irrespective of any number of minority carriers present, millions actually practically, all are permitted because reverse bias will permit the flow of minority carriers. The reverse bias will permit flow of minority carriers. So this is open circuit. So I think now I should say goodbye to this. It's of no use. If you connect two diodes back to back, okay, no use. But if you construct that transistor like this, no, yes, there's a use. Don't call this a transistor, no, it's over. So we never show our transistor circuit like this. Got the idea? Finish. So there's a background. Why the name transistor? It will transfer resistance from region of high resistance to low resistance. That's why transfer resistance, transistor. It has become so popular that the radios earlier, even when I'm child, we used to listen the cricket commentary in radio much than television. The radio itself, what happened, is made up of transistors. It has become so popular that the radio set itself, we used to call it a transistor. You type in Google, transistors means what means it will show the device, what I shown earlier first diagram, and also it will show radio set. The radio itself, the radio set itself is called as a transistor. Like FM radio, what you have now, like we had earlier, the radio sets were called transistor. Got this? I think I'll take it out this because again, there's a two diodes connected like this. Okay, now I think I'll say goodbye to this. I'll say goodbye to this. Now let's focus on this one. Okay, let's construct this diagram. So what is a symbol like diode we have shown? No? Like actually this PN we have shown like this. Similarly, what is the transistor symbol? The transistor symbol we show like this. And I'll bring this circuit. I'm making things clear. So again, when we go for numerical, no, just KCL, KVL. Let's construct a circuit diagram because every time like this drawing like a base emitter, that rectangular blocks no will become problem. We'll go for equivalent circuit. Okay, if you see this, the transistor symbol NPN, emitter, base, collector. This what happened? We show like this. Base, collector, emitter. Agree this? There's a circuit symbol. Transistor will not be like this or will not be like this. This will be like this only. It is given some suitable shape. So this is a circuit symbol like a register. We show register like this. No? So this is a symbol. This is a physical diagram. Okay, NPN. So let me replace here. No. So this is the transistor. These are the terminals. No. So emitter, base, collector. Okay, let's construct the circuit. The emitter is connected to one resistor. Either you show it here, doesn't matter. Connected to negative terminal, then this one. Okay, agree this. So this is the battery, BBB, any symbols, VCC, and this is called as RE. Now this is what emitter current. The arrow indicates the direction of emitter current. I think it'll be much easier. So what about the other currents? Other currents should enter. So now base emitter junction forward bias, and what is this? This is N, no? This is P. This is N, NPN transistor. Similarly, PNP transistor, I can sandwich here what we did. We are sandwiched P between N. Similarly, I can sandwich N between P. So there are two types of transistors will come into picture. So this will be PNP. Emitter, base, collector. So what are the regions? Regions will be, this will be N, P, N, P, N, P. PNP transistor here, the direction of emitter current. So here emitter current will enter like this here. So base collector current will leave the transistor. So everywhere KCL you are going to apply it. Either NPN or PNP transistor. IE is equal to IC plus IB. The arrow here indicates the direction of emitter current. I think you have to keep it here. So depending upon the application, either I can go for NPN transistor or PNP transistor. Little bit thick letters you show it. Okay, fine. Now, what is the why the shall I call this a biasing circuit? Biasing. What are RB, RC? So what is this? This called like a biasing circuit, no? RB, RC, VBB, and VCC are components of biasing network. Agree this? These are the components of biasing network. So what do you mean bias? I will make the emitter base junction forward bias, collector base junction reverse bias. For that I need cell and a resistor. So I'm bringing. So why I'm connecting cell and the resistors like this only? Again, the background is what? Two junctions are there to provide biasing across the junction. That's why this network is brought. On its own, they cannot have the bias. Agreed? So this is about the circuit here. Okay, this is now you can see the base. No, this is common. So I'll put it Hertz symbol. Here I'm going to the I said amplifier. No, now this amplifier circuit. The electrical signal which has to be amplified, I'll supply it here. I'll apply it here across these two terminals, and I'm going to collect the output signal here. So therefore, this will become input section, where I'm going to feed the signal, and here I'm going to collect output signal. So the mic, I'm going to connect it here, and the loudspeaker, I'm going to connect it here. And this circuit will amplify the signals. Getting the idea now? So therefore now this called like a output, this one. So tell me what is the gain now? Collector current by emitter current. So how you define gain? The gain what when we define the output current by input current. So what is the output current here? The current flowing in output section, the current flowing in input section. And I'll call this as a common base amplifier because base is common for input as well as output. So what is the circuit? What I'm describing? It is a common base amplifier. I'll give name. No, we'll name it. Common base amplifier. So I'm interested in that current gain. So what is the current gain? Output current by input current. What is output current? Collector current. What is input current? IE. The symbol for this is alpha will give. What is IC? IC should be less than IE, no? From where? I think look at this. IE equal to IC plus IB. So what is IC? IC should be less than IE. So what is the current gain of common base amplifier? Will be less than 1. This alpha will be, it will vary from 0.99 to 0.9. Like this, I'll adjust it. Just I think like a they have common base amplifier not there, but in JEE means they've asked it. What is the current gain for common base amplifier? It will the value will range from 0.99 to 0.9. Just information. Later on C amplifier when I go no, it little bit easy for you. Okay, this is about the basic idea. Okay, now still we should learn this transistor. No? This is about common base. We'll go for common emitter. Common emitter, what I should do? I should make emitter common for input as well as output section. Okay, we'll go for C characteristics. common emitter configuration. Emitter should be made common for input as well as output. So first we'll have physical diagram. There's a NPN only. Let me show for NPN only. Yeah. Okay, there's a collector, base, there's emitter, and we'll first we'll construct it. So base emitter junction. Where is the base emitter junction? This one, base emitter. There's a base emitter junction. So it should be forward bias, no? So for that, I'll bring a cell. And this is VBB. I'll write it. This is RB. Why the cell is connected? Because P type connected to positive terminal, N type that one. What is the basic core idea? Base emitter junction, forward bias. Collector base junction should be reverse bias. Similarly, I should reverse bias this junction. So this N type should be connected to the P type of a cell. And there's a her thing, huh? Common, no? I'll just call this a thing, this one. So this is VCC, this RC. Okay, no, why the cells like this? This is the reason. Now to measure this current, I'll bring one microampere. To measure this current here, I'll bring one milliampere. So what it will measure? Collector current. What this will measure? The base current. So how the current should flow? How to predict the direction of flow of current? So look at this. There's a NPN transistor. So I'll give the circuit diagram. I'm showing both so that will be easy for you. This is a collector, base, this is emitter. Look at arrow. You can show arrow here also, need not be there only, this arrow. Okay, how the circuit construction will be. So this is the, to measure current, microammeter. If you can understand this very easier, the initial diagram is little bit very difficult for you. Once you catch this, rest all very easy. You can manage. There's a milliampere. You should not scold me that sir what you did, because you go to the BTech, no, for 3 years you're going to learn. Here I'm going to wind up within 3 hours. I'll try my level best to at least impart the concept. Okay, look at now direction of current. How to show this IE will be in this direction. No? Look at the arrow. Is the NPN transistor. Then IC must come like this. Then IB should come like this. This is RB. This is VBB. This is VCC. To measure base emitter voltage, I'll bring one voltmeter, VB. To measure collector emitter voltage, I'll bring one voltmeter, that is VC. And these are variable. I'm going to vary the voltage. I'm bringing some different circuit. In books what happened, they didn't bring this variable one. All the circuit will become very complex. That's why I'm just simplifying in this way. Because now if you go to the lab, no, we have a variable voltage source. If you go back to 1970s, 60s or 50s, no, we didn't have variable voltage source, a fixed voltage. By using resistor, we used to, but I don't think so. Even rheostat we don't use in lab. We use circuit of this kind only. So let me stick on to the modern circuit. What is the duty of this? What this, it will measure base current, measures base current, or this measures collector current. There's a duty of that meters, ammeter it is. This is a voltmeter, measures base emitter voltage, measures collector emitter voltage. I want to study that how current and voltage will vary. Means how these are related. Say what is the thing? How input voltage, input current are related. Means I'm interested in this one. How this VBE, this is the input voltage, this is the input current. This is called like an input section. So what are input terminals? Base and emitter. What are output terminals? Collector and emitter. Which is common. The emitter is common, no? Therefore it's called as a common emitter configuration. Common emitter, common. That emitter is common for both for as well as base and emitter. Therefore it's called the common emitter. And this is called like input. What all? This is called like input section. What all that audio signal which has to be amplified, no, I'm going to supply here in this region. And what all that output signal which I got now, I'm going to collect from here. So this called like a input, this called like a output section. Good to understand the basic diagram. Okay, now you need not to bother, sir. I don't know anything about transistor. Good, nothing to do because you know KCL, KVL, that is enough. First apply KCL, what you can write. IC plus IB should be equal to I. I think that's already you know. Then next after this, what you should know? You should know how to apply KVL. I think you can very easily write KVL looking at this. I'm now trying to generate you the idea. Let's write the loop equation. So here base emitter voltage will be there, no? VB. Okay, write the loop equation. So there are say, shall I say no? There are three important things are there. What is applying KCL? IC plus IB equal to I. I'm trying to generate now problem solving skills. Let me have water. You just make observation. I'll have water. If you understand this transistor, and if you're able to do problem, I'll consider myself a good teacher. Not best, maybe I say I'm a good teacher. Because at this level, in less time, if I'm able to make you think and understand, do numerical, no, I'll consider myself a good teacher. I feel that, okay, I'm doing justification to my job. So you do one thing, you learn this transfer. Today, I think this week, semiconductors will discuss, no? You'll be having so many engineering colleges in Hyderabad. BTech in electronic and communication, especially target those students who are in fifth, third, fourth, fifth sem. You are going to ask them to explain. in that college, out of so like say 100 students are there, even if two students or out so like even if five students, if they are able to explain, okay, then you can say okay, some it's a good college or student is good. Otherwise, what happened? Gone. There's a very sad state. You just go and ask the BTech student. They should know all this. Huh? The moment you give circuit, they should write KCL, KVL. They hardly know how to write KCL, KVL, finish over. So forget about understanding concepts here. So what after this Sunday, what you get the knowledge, no? You go and if you want, you can test it. Huh? You'll be having some relative, somebody, no? Just ask them. If you ask any IITN or NITs, they will answer. But other than that, Indian colleges, nobody will answer. I literally tested past 20 years. I tested. So just to imagine what they're doing in that college, God only knows. Without learning transfer for 5 years for every application, this will be there. Without, if you don't know how it works, then how you learn the application? So what happens in college? Like what happens in Happy Days? All of you, I think some 1 month back, no, my wife told, okay, it's a very good movie. You can watch related to students. I thought, okay, some any fine something related to engineering student. Okay, let's watch. I think it's an old movie, no? I don't watch movies. So after watching Happy Days, then what is the conclusion? College is not marriage bureau, no, where you are going to get life partner. College is something where you are going to acquire the skills needed the whole life. And what was the projection of that movie? And my wife told it's a super hit movie. My wife and we don't go to any theater. Anything comes in television, we watch it. And she told it's a super hit movie. Okay, fine. I was waiting for conclusion. What happened? What happened? There's no engineer involved in that movie, no, and it's all based on engineer and everything about the romance. What only like you go to engineer college to get life partner. Huh? There's and everyone liked it. Later on, I asked some here and there. Okay, it's a good movie and good movie. I think my neighbors are the few engineering student. Happy days, ah, sir, it's a good movie, sir. You watch it. There's a thing. How you'll get a job? Tell me what you do. So there's a thing. I'm not against anything, but something, like what is meant. The institution is meant to acquire the knowledge, no, and that itself we are losing it. It's a very sad state of affair. Huh? Like I'm really, so whenever I get some time, no, like vacations, no, I do visit some colleges here and there. That one, the what level things are going on, what actually going on. Things are very pathetic. Huh? If they made a movie, means you just imagine. So please come out of the fantasy world, be realistic world, that one. Hmm? So it's not that, see, in that college, it's not that you can't acquire knowledge. Just go open book, start reading, you'll get knowledge. But nobody does. So we should not blame any college. Huh? It's all our mindset. So by bad luck, even if you enter a college, no, see that your aim should be what, to acquire knowledge, huh? Not to enjoy. Enjoy what is there. You can enjoy. Watch every week one movie. Nothing wrong. Play cricket, play games, go for trip, but you should acquire knowledge. That itself gone, then gone. No, please, I'm very particular about this particular thing. So somebody calls for some functions here and there, especially in colleges. No, I'll not attend. I'll get irritated. Like it's not something. No, you call me for any science exhibition, something we did project, come and watch. Okay, good, but not for some functions. No, annual function. Okay, for 10 days you prepare. So they have become places of enjoyment. Very sad to say. Even IITs are slowly turning up. I don't know, like in Chennai IIT, they called this for New Year. They called, they invited a guest. You know who is like some comedian, Brahmanandam. You are the chief guest. He's skilled in his own. But what to do with Brahmanandam there in IITs? You don't get any scientist or some very good engineer working in so many multinational companies who are doing research something. So you didn't get you invite such people. Okay, Brahmanam invited to some film function. Okay, good. What to do Brahmanandam with IIT? I don't know. Like this is something I am not against anybody, but our mindset is such a way that we are got diverted. Even IITs know the quality has come down. You check it, the research materials, no, all it has come down. The students are not showing interest in the research attitude. So again, they are getting deviated more towards what enjoyment in life. So the same student when he goes to the abroad university, things are different. So the environment here in things are like that. Huh? So lot of things are there for you. You have to take care because I think I know some information I've just shared with you. So I'm not against romance because I also married, have family. I do like my wife. It's not that I'm sannyasi here talking like this. So what has to be given priority at what place? Some that is very important. Okay, let's come for this. Okay, all of you. Now we don't know anything. We don't know what it is. Shall we write KCL? Shall we write KCL? Yes. What is KCL? IE equal to IB plus IC. Shall we write KVL here? Or looking at KVL. This is a forward bias base emitter junction. Plus VBB minus IBRB. Keeping numericals in the mind, I'm generating now only rather than finding a numerical. Minus here, what is the voltage potential difference? This will be plus or the polarity. Or this like a voltmeter, no? Go around like this. Or if you find this difficult, go around like this. Here, what you encounter one cell, no? Can you remember? VBE, we have to replace with 0.7. That minus VB. If any forward resistance are there, if any resistance is there, if they give RF, that also you bring it RF. Okay, let me just stop it here. This over input section. Now come for output section. At output section. Right now the here plus VCC. Okay, yeah. There's a loop. Plus VCC minus ICRC. So this emitter ideal, it's ideal. I'm putting short circuit. Sir, emitter having internal resistance 2 ohm, right? IC into 2 ohm. Go back to current intensity. Here I'm taking the meters are ideal. Got it? No, no, I'll come like this. No, so this should be the positive polarity. So minus VC equal to 0. Okay, plus VCC minus, no, plus VCC minus ICRC minus VC equal to 0. So this is a loop equation. VCC minus ICRC minus VC equal to 0. I think your chapter is over. Rest I'll explain some concept. You can pick up any numerical and do it. What is VC? Drop across collector emitter. Agree this one? Okay, let's get into the our theoretical ideas now. I want to study this how VBB means how this IB and VB are related. How this IB and VB and these voltmeters I'll show it here. No. Let's come to this one. Means what is input characteristic? How this input voltage and input current are, these are not input voltage, these are biasing circuits. These are these are input current, these are input output, these are output current, output voltage. Input current, input voltage. In this one, so what is input current here? IB. What is output current? Is IC. Now what is the input voltage? Is VB. What is output voltage? VC. These are the some terms, because I say input voltage, input current means it should flash for you. Okay, what is next thing? How input voltage and current are related? I want the graph. How output voltage, output current are related? I want the graph. By varying some parameters in the circuit, that will become input characteristics, output characteristics, like forward bias, reverse bias. We had a graph, no, voltage current. Similarly, we are going to generate a graph here. Shall I go for this graphs? We need this circuit. First, we'll go for input section. So what is the graph? The graph will be between the input voltage and the input current. This is VB and this is IB. And we know it will be microampere. This will be in few volts, like it will be of order from 0 to 1 volt. VB, we know forward bias diode 0.7 less than 1 volt it will be. This will be in microampere. Okay, when I check the graph, no. So what I do is I'll adjust VC say for 5 volt. Means I'll vary the VCC in such a way that I'll vary this voltage so that the drop across collector emitter will become 5 volt. I'll keep this 5 volt, then I'll vary this VB. By varying this EMF of this cell, I'll make it VB 0.1, then next 0.2. Then I'll note down the current here. How much of current in this microammeter? Fine. So this, by varying this, even this voltage will change. So how it is possible? Come for this. If you vary this VBB, this VB also will change. This IB will change. Both IB and VB will change. So therefore here, for VC 5 volt, I'll vary this VBB. Then I'll note down this VB and IB. The curve, what I get is then I'll increase VC. Five volt. This is for 10 volt. For when VC 5 volt, I'll get a curve like this. When VC 10 volt, I'll get a curve like this. Now we have to justify reason why it will shift towards right. Any reason anybody wants to think? Any reason can you say? Or maybe this is 10 volt, this is 5 volt. Why for different voltages the curve will be different here? Why the curve should be? I'll do one thing. I'll draw a horizontal line. I'll put one horizontal line. I'll put an horizontal line. What do you mean VB? Forward bias, no? It's a forward bias. So as I increase VC for the same current to flow open, I should increase this forward bias. Uh, Able to get this? You look at further. Look at this. No. If you see this, as you increase, so what happened, like as you increase VC, the curve will shift here. Suppose we are at this particular point where VC 5 out, we are here. If you increase VC, so to have the same current, you should increase forward bias. Any reason why do it will happen? So you should go back to the circuit here, no? Let's go back to this one here. No, as I will increase collector base junction, O is lightly doped, the base is lightly doped, no? I'll take help of this particular thing. I'm asking you to, this way collector base junction is reverse bias. So when you increase VC, what happened to width of depletion layer will penetrate more into the base than collector. Any reason? Because base is lightly doped. So I think we gave some colors, no? I don't remember. Yellow and green. You look at the width of depletion there. I'll show it more into the base than collector. Any reason? Because base is lightly doped than collector. So if I increase the VC, nothing much shall I say, I'm increasing reverse bias, then the depletion width of depletion will increase since base is lightly doped than collector. So what happened to penetration of the depletion will be more into the base than collector. Got the idea? Because what is this prime reason? Prime reason is what? Lightly doped. I know this is moderately doped. Compared to base, shall I say collector is heavily doped. So if we increase reverse bias, depletion level penetrate more into the base than collector. Will penetrate more into than collector. Then what happens? The effective length of the base will decrease. If the effective length of the base decreases, the electrons which are flowing here, you see this one. So let's say some 100 electrons, the electrons which are coming here. These electrons, what happen? Either forward bias, they'll enter. Then here what happen? When they're moving like this, here, when they're moving like this, they'll encounter less base length, no, less recombination, because the effective length of base decrease, less recombination. If less recombination, less will be the base current. Because what is the base current? This base current is due to recombination. So I think I'll start like this. These 100 electrons, they come like this. Forward bias, they'll enter here. Here this 100, here they become 95, and the remaining will come here. So from where open here, the another 95 should come from here. Another 95 should come from here. So here what will happen to all together? The recombination here, the amount of recombination decreases, no? Because if the effective length of base decreases, where the recombination can occur here only, cannot occur here. Am I right? So here, as you increase the reverse bias, the depletion will penetrate more into the base. So then the effective length of the base decreases, the recombination decreases. Recombination decreases, the base current decreases. Now to have the more base current, I should increase the forward bias. That's the reason. Got the idea, no? So as you increase the VC, the reverse bias across collector base junction increases. Then the depletion will penetrate more into the base. Then effective length of the base decreases, recombination decreases, base current decreases. To increase base current, what shall I do? I should apply more forward bias voltage. So therefore the curve speaks like this here. There's a reason why the curve will shift here. Now here if I plot the, I'll take it out this because it's of no use. This one, just to make you understand, I brought it. Like this you have to put it. So now what happened here, we'll take a slope. You can calculate for any curve. So you calculate the slope. So this will be delta IB. We'll get input resistance. So what is the slope is equal to? Delta IB by delta VB. So at VC certain voltage. At VC. Now delta IB by delta VB will become reciprocal of slope will be the forward resistance or input resistance will call. Ri or Rf. This should be equal to how much? Delta VBE by delta IB at certain value of VC at 5 volt, 10 volt. If you calculate at VC 5 volt, 10 volt, it will just vary by few ohms. Like here if it is 10 ohm, slightly to be different. So at what voltage you're calculating that you put. I'll take just average of that. So it's going to offer that average input resistance. Like this, I'm able to calculate now what is the input resistance offered by this transistor to the signal. And there is nothing but forward resistance, what you can call it. So I'll take it out this. Again, some of you are getting confusion. Let it be just total, the input resistance of the C configuration. Because we'll follow the symbols which are there in the book. Now, similarly, let's come for output characteristics. Okay, this I think, can you remember this? Later on, I'll write down the reason. Now, time is not there. Let me finish off output characteristics. Now, I'm going to keep IB constant. I'll vary VC, then I'll note down the IC. How do they vary? Let's check it here now. So, what is the output characteristics? It will be this will be ICE. This will be in milliampere. VC, this will be in volts, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this we can. And this is different values of IB, 5 microampere, or say let's start with 10 microampere. 50 microampere. There are regions are there. I'll mark the regions. So this is called as cutoff region. This region will become active region, and the remaining, this will call this as active region. Not exact boundary, so some I'll put like this. Two regions are there. So the green color is what? Saturation region, and this is called as cutoff region. And this shaded one, this is called as active region. If you want to use as an amplifier, your transistor should be in this region. If you want to use as an on-off switch, it should be here. So what do you mean by on-off switch? If a current flows, so if the output voltage, in terms of output voltage, like here, if transistor is here, no current, then you can say off. If current is flowing, then it's on. Like this, if you operate between saturation cutoff, it will become on-off switch. If you want to use amplifier, you should bring like this. So on-off switch, what I should do, I should just look at the collector current. If collector current is almost very small, you can see, but voltage is high, output voltage is high, output current is low, it will become off switch. Then if the current is more, then it will become a on switch. Like that, based on current, we are saying that one. So if you operate in this saturation and cutoff region, not only saturation, it cannot be that one. On off. So you should operate in this one. If you want to make it on off, you should make it to fluctuate here. If you want to use amplifier, you should bring it here. So to that purpose, what happen? You should adjust the value of RB, VBB, VCC. It all depends upon this one. How you adjust these values, what happens, that will, in that region, the transistor will operate. So how to make the transistor operate in different region? Because I gave boundary, 3 regions I marked it, no? So how to make it, just depends on these values. What values you pick up this, in that the transistor will get operated. Transistor will not say that, okay, now today October to Gandhi Jayanti, I'll operate in active region. No, nothing to do that one. Transistor will not decide. We are going to make transistor to operate in various regions. Who will decide in which region it will get operated? These values. So therefore, these are called as the biasing networks. What they do, they will bias transistor. They will make it to operate in different regions by choosing different values of RC, VCC, VB, RB. Got the idea now? This is, so now if you want to use amplifier, keep adjust the transistor's values in such a way that it should come here. If you want to use as an on-off switch, you should operate in these two regions. No. So what is the use of this one? Means how do this explanation of graph your IIT professors or NIT professors or the engineering professors are going to explain. I need exactly some around 15 hours to explain this graph. Not possible. So I'm just going to leave it out. If you give time, I'll explain. 15 hours I need, not one to. Almost we should go to learn everything transistor. That's why in the books also they just skip it. 15 hours, not 5 hours you need, because you have so many things almost around some, I'm showing only 3 currents. Altogether around some 22 currents will be available here. Minority carrier current, all so many things will come. We are not going to this one. If you just go to the digital library, type it note transistor, you'll get almost around 4,000 books on this. What are the 4,000 books? All 4,000 books based on how to use transistor, various applications. You take any electrical electronic circuit, there's a basic element. There's a basic element. It's a very versatile device. How you're going to use, in that way it's going to come its application. So I'm skipping part. Why only curve like this? Just like a information you're going to gather. What all you can find out from the curve, let's find out here. So let me calculate the slope. So if you calculate slope, what we get? So they're not a straight line. So we have a slope here. So if I'll magnify the diagram. Yeah. So are you looking at the some slope? So we have some slope here. This will become delta IC, delta VC. So what is the slope is equal to? Now this is for output characteristics. So what is the slope is equal to delta IC by delta VC at certain value of VB, at value of IB. Reciprocal of this one will give output resistance. In the books what pen they have given certain like this, not divided it is, or you write at IB, at certain value of IB. So what is voltage by current? They'll become output resistance. So therefore we'll call this as RO. The symbol is output resistance here. What is resistance offered by collector emitter terminals? The resistance offered by these two terminals. Usually what is delta IC? Milliampere. Delta VC. So if you go and check it, no, this one, this will be of order, it will come of order kilo ohm, 10,000, 20,000 kilo ohm. It will be very high. This is output tension. Okay, next again, I'll let me take in another graph. In the same active region, see, I'm not giving some demarcation exactly, just rough range. So what is the best thing is like, how to calculate our active region. What is the best active region? Means like you given some boundary, not very specific. For a given transistor, there will be maximum possible current it can withstand. If any current more than that, it will burn out. And for any given, like a transistor, oh, the curve is not there here. For any given transistor, there's a maximum voltage VC reverse bias. If you apply more than that, the collector base junction will burn out. You come for this. As I keep on increase collector emitter voltage, the reverse bias will increase. No, is there any upper limit? It's not a Zener diode. Is there any upper limit? S breakdown voltage. So therefore, for any transistor, so what happen? We have this upper limit. So what I do is like exactly I'll go for off of it. So what is IC saturation? Suppose at 10 milliampere. I'll operate in 5 milliampere. There's the best region where I can use it as amplifier. How to identify active region? Somewhere nearby off of IC saturation, off of VC cutoff, maximum cutoff. Means breakdown. Suppose say 20 volt is there. So you keep operate transistor somewhere in this region, 10 volt VC. Maximum collector current 10 milliampere. So choose collector current 5 milliampere, and this is say 10 volt. That will be the active region. Even this also active region. The best thing is go for off of the IC saturation and off of the breakdown voltage, VC value. Now, what are other things? So you just extend these lines. I'll bring some other color. No. So this will be, I think color, you are able to differentiate. You just plot like this. Take some these things. Then, so you calculate this delta IC. And this will be delta IB. I'll take the ratio of this. This called like a current gain in CE configuration. And this symbol is what I'll call beta. This is given by delta IC by delta IB. This is something very important. And usually what is IB? Microampere. This is milliampere. So what is the value of beta? Will be very large. It will start from some, usually if the transistors, no, it will be some from 30 to, it will go up to even 500. Practically, so it can take values of this particular thing. The higher the beta value, the better the transistor. So when you go and purchase the transistors, no, so what they ask you, they'll ask you what should be IC saturation, what should be the beta. Means now this beta is a given fixed value. The transistor will be so designed. Don't think that by varying this you'll get it. So this alpha beta are fixed quantities for a transistor. So what is alpha? Alpha was IC by IE, no? So this called like a current gain in C configuration. This called like a beta. So greater the value of beta, the better will be the transistor. I can use it very for applications. Now let's come for some relationship. IC equal to V no, IB plus IE no. So let me divide this by IC, this equation. So what is IC by IC? This will be 1. High B by IC will become 1 by beta. High E by IC. Okay, thank you. Yeah. What is the, can you go for alpha? Alpha definition is what? I think somewhere I brought it here. Yeah. High C by IE is what alpha, no? High C by IE is alpha. So then similarly now, so IC by IE is alpha. What is IC by IB is a beta. So the relation between alpha and beta. So if you want to get the relationship now, so this will be 1 minus. So what is beta is equal to alpha minus beta is equal to, it will be alpha by alpha minus 1. Oh, some. I'll rewrite in another form. This will be 1 minus 1 by beta, 1 by alpha. So alpha equal to beta minus 1 by beta. You can bring it any form. So like this, the relation between alpha and beta are there, that one. So what are alpha, beta? They are the parameters of a transistor. When I'm designing a transistor, I should see that dependent. So depending on the value of beta, the cost of transistor will be different here. For different values of beta, the cost of transistor will be different. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Okay, that's one. I think somewhere I messed it up here. Huh? Symbols. Okay, I got it. I E is equal to IB plus IC. So let me divide. So IC by IE, 1 by alpha, 1 by beta plus 1. So what is alpha is equal to? Beta by 1 plus beta. Or you can simplify for alpha. Okay, the relation between alpha and beta, this equation you remember. So if you know alpha, you can bring the beta. If you know beta, you can bring alpha. I change it, I equal to IB plus IC. Okay, this is about the output characteristics. So what all output characteristics, output resistance and beta of a transistor you can calculate. And similarly, input resistance, input characteristics, it will be input resistance, what you can calculate here. So this is about the only the transistor. Just now what happened, what we learned, the transistor here. Means now, like I want to use that as a switch. So what happened, you should adjust the values in such a way here. You can bring that in the either saturation or cutoff. Then it become on-off switch. If you want to use amplifier, operate in this region. Got this? So there's a thing. So one more, let me introduce. So as we have this equation, no? VCE. So let me plot VC versus IC graph. So this is VCE. This in volt, milliampere. How the graph will be? The graph which I am going to get will be of straight line. And there should be the VCC. Put IC 0. And there's one maximum possible value where VC will become 0, no? And that is what the IC max or IC saturation will call it. No, sir, what is operating? What is that active region? The active region, half of VCC and half of the maximum current what it permits. This is called like a operating region or active region. So active region means not only this, called like a Q point, operating point we'll call it. Anything anywhere nearby it, this will become active region. What about this? This will become the cutoff. This region will become cutoff and this will become saturation. So we don't have active region one point anywhere nearby it. Suppose say this is 10 volt. Okay, anything this 5 volt is what preferred. Even if it is 7 volt, 7 to 3 will become active region. So this everything will become active region. So like this is what you can put it here. This region will become active region. This is cutoff. This will be saturation. So what is a cutoff? You can see no current. What do you mean saturation? Maximum current through the collector. This is called a DC analysis here. So in books, I think if you see the integrated book, they have discussed this one. It's really a little bit very useful for you when you plot the VCC versus graph. No, so what about the active region? They select this active region. This graph are a little bit different. This is IC versus VC for different values of IB. This is just to calculate. Why do we use this graph? To calculate the beta of a transistor to get the output resistance. For that purpose, when we are using transistor, I'll prefer this one. So if the transistor is such a way, that means like, sir, like a VCC, okay, 10 volt you pick up. How to pick up operating point means the VC should be adjusted in such a way that it should be off of VCC. So VCC 10 volt I pick up. Then who will decide VC 5 volt off of this one, the value of RC, no? So therefore now what becomes very important, these resistors, this will determine where, in which region the transistor is, in which region it is lying. Whatever values you cannot combine, connect here. You have to choose the values such a way that the transistor, if you want to use as an amplifier, you have to pick up these values in such a way that it should be first in active region. Then you give AC signal, it will amplify it. If it is in saturation cutoff, it will not amplify. If it is in active region, it will amplify. Okay, got this now? So any values of RC you cannot pick up. You have to choose the suitable value. There's overall the theoretical background. Okay, evening 1 hour I'll take class. We'll finish off this amplifier. Evening I'll intimate the time. Okay, thank you all of you.